Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? Listen, I had to bring y'all the news. It looks like Kim Kardashian is in deep trouble for ruining Marilyn Monroe's dress. Y'all, we even have the pictures. Y'all, look at this. Seriously. Look at this mess. Look what she did. Now, you guys, listen. First of all, it's nice to know that normal people are just like us in the Zara dressing room, where you put on something that is 2 sizes too small because you don't care what anybody says. You wear a size 6. Oh, wait. Was that just me? Okay, fine. But look at this mess. This is the dress before, right? This is just for. Look at that. Side note, Marilyn was doing it. Look at those rhinestones dripping off her body. Oh, this also makes me think that, remember that dress that Kim wore to the Met Gala last time her and Kanye went? That was supposed to be a tribute to the Marilyn dress. Oh my God. That was supposed to be a tribute to the Marilyn dress, but Kim didn't get it. She decided to be heavy-handed and obvious, and she wanted to go to the real Marilyn dress. Well, y'all, look what happens. The zipper is burst. The fine silk, and this silk is no longer made. It's like a collector's item. The factory that makes it completely gone. It was like all these things, and one of the things that was so important was that it was specially made for Marilyn, and it was so delicate that it shouldn't even have lasted this long, right? But with the right care and love, of course, it lasts a long time. But you guys, look at this mess. Like, seriously, look at this mess. It really doesn't make any damn sense. I mean, honestly, before, look at the after, zoom in on that. It is ridiculous, you guys. You have to zoom in and actually see where it's torn. This is a priceless replica. Zoom in on it. You need to ask, was it worth it? Was it really worth it? Whatever publicity that Ripley thought they were getting. And second of all, since when Ripley's, believe it or not, need publicity? Every city, it's right there. Everybody knows about it. And Kim taking that photo shoot with Nora, talking about, oh my God, look at the wonders. Ain't make one person want to go. And let me just say, guys, because I know you're busy with your job, so you don't pay attention, but let me just say, this is the second biggest humiliation Kim suffered. Let's not forget that Beyond Meat literally paid her to put on that little fake meat eating show. I don't care what you say. I think they refilmed it, but they paid them to put on that fake meat eating show to save the company, and literally the stock plummeted the next day as the Kardashian touch. It's not just men. Everything they touch turns to dust. It's literally like Lot, Gomorrah, whatever you want to call it. But then with this dress, and one of the things that makes it so frustrating but also very surreal is the fact that as a Black woman, and most of my friends I see that are indigenous, that are Latino, that are Indian, that are different cultures, the reason that we've always had a problem with the Kardashians is they take things that are sacred and valuable to people, and they defile it, for their own benefit. They defile it for their benefit. Let's just call a spade a spade. And while we've been like, you just can't wear cornrows, they mean something. You just can't do this. You just can't do that. You're defiling it only so you can post a cute pic. And everybody told us to shut up. But now it's so odd and surreal that it's happening to a Marilyn Monroe dress, something that mainstream America sees value in, something they see it as their history and their legacy. I know I'm American, but just let me just be on my bag, right? They see something of value in it. And now you guys are falling prey to the curse of the Kardashians, where they took something that is iconic, legendary, and is a museum and part of American history, and you defiled it, tore it, ruined it, and then returned it back. Kim knew that shit was stretching. Anybody who's been in a Zara dressing room knows when a dress is being stretched. You hear it, you feel it, everybody knows, you felt it. You knew it, but you defiled it because you didn't give a damn. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is that you get that photo op. The only thing that matters is you get the bragging right and the history, and everything else is nothing. So it's odd to me that now it's happening to something that America as a whole recognizes as its history, as its culture, as its legacy. But let me continue because y'all, when y'all see this dress, again, I don't understand why they don't understand that Kardashian's viewers, most of them that watch them are hate watching them like me. But honestly, you need to ask, was it honestly worth it? And it looks like it wasn't, you guys. This is a travesty. But there's not more. They actually gave statements about this. They literally said, right? Was it worth it? So funny. They were thinking the same thing. So the Marilyn Monroe collection posted this and said, the dress on display at Ripley's Hollywood location, June 12, 2022. It was shared with me by One More said. They said, so much for keeping the integrity of the dress and the preservation. Was it worth it? Right? To be fair, they said, Ripley said they did try to protect the dress. We basically had many conversations with Kim and her team and put a lot of requirements in place with security and handling of the dress. Amanda Joyner, she's vice president licensing and publishing at Ripley's, said to the Daily Beast, the dress was never with Kim alone. It was always with a Ripley. We always ensured that at any time we felt the dress was in danger of ripping or we felt uncomfortable at anything, we had the ability to be able to say, we're not going to continue with this. Now, after receiving Kim's request to wear the dress a couple months ago, they said we had to make some decisions as to how, as far as whether or not we're willing to let Kim borrow the dress. We did 2 different fittings with her. The first one was in LA in April, and then the second one later in April to see whether or not the dress would fit. The biggest challenge that we had is that we really wanted to make sure that we kept the integrity of the dress and the preservation because it's 60 years old and we feel like it's such an iconic piece of fashion, both from historical perspective as well as a pop culture perspective. You guys, again, and I'm just going to say this, right? Ain't nothing wrong with getting your hustle on. Ain't nothing wrong with getting money. Nothing's wrong with any of this. But you guys, this is one of my issues with the Kardashians. At what point are we going to have a conversation about media conglomerates? When are we going to have a conversation about big corporations where their only goal and their only need is to make money? They don't care. The fact that the Marilyn collection is posting this and fashion historian and art historians are so upset about this is the only reason this is even getting some play, because at the end of the day, they honestly don't care. They honestly don't care what happens, how it happens, and for whatever. Literally. And was it worth it? Every person that the Kardashians partner with goes down in flames. The only thing that's actually been good has been Skims, and honestly, we don't even know those numbers. We just know that they're paying Kate Moss and everything else to post it. You guys, at what point? It's like old people, and I'm only saying old because most people that are on corporations are old, out of touch, white, usually male, have discovered the power of social media. Kylie Jenner discovered it organically. She did. Now, she had a great base. She had all that money from her parents, but she discovered it organically, and it grew organically. And that's another reason how she became, well, if not a billionaire, at least 100 millionaire, because people actually really did use it's not Skin by Kylie, but Kylie Cosmetics. That was organic. A lot of people, and the Kardashians were the first people, Kris Jenner was the first person to realize the power of Instagram, to realize the power of social media posts and pretty pictures. But then what happened after that? Now media people are like, oh my God, we can do this. Corporations are like, oh yes. They see 300 million followers. They swear that okay, so we get you to do something. It's going to be okay. But look at this. For the second time, Kim has had a fail. Beyond Meat paid her a whopping, staggering number to do that commercial. The stock plummeted the day after the commercial. Now we have Ripley's Believe It or Not. I don't know what happened with that, but they paid Kim a lot of money and let her wear that iconic dress. The iconic dress is ruined. And the same people that are going to Ripley's Believe It or Not, put my name on the list because I do go on holidays, are the same people that are actually going to Ripley's Believe It or Not. You guys, at what point are we going to realize that the Kardashians are all hype? They are all hype. Again, it's Photoshop, it's body augmentation, and they're good for what they do, good for them. But the fact that people still fall prey, all I can say is, Ripley's, you should have known better. But we actually have to step in and have an opinion of it, because at the end of the day, you guys ruined history. You ruined an iconic dress. And again, for what? So Kim could get her picture? Man,